Why would you want to fix hatchlings? Did you not just put a video about all the different ways to play are valid? Yeah, because the game allows you to do so right now, but the game will change. I personally think that the game should change and make it to where you cannot put anything in the container while in a raid. I've said that for years. Just because I just released a video saying you should leave people alone based off the way they play. I'm not here saying like, hey, stop hatchet running, stop doing that. It's the game's fault that you guys can do that anyway, and it's a viable playstyle. So if the game allows you to do it, you should do it. I also AD strafe all the time, but it doesn't mean that I like it. I do it because it works and it's effective, and I don't think it should be in the game. I'm not hating on people who do that. I'm hating on the game for allowing us to do that. There's a big difference there. And so for me, when it comes to hatchlings, I feel like nobody should be able to put items in their container while in a raid, because when you go to Shoreline, or you go to Interchange, or you go to Reserve, or any fucking map, you get there, and there's some fucking dude with literally nothing, and all of the loot that he looted from Marked Room or Tech Light or whatever is already up his asshole, and you kill him, and all you get is a level 50 dog tag. That pisses me the fuck off. And for me, it's a two-way street. It'd be really exciting to say, find a red key card in a raid. And I'm just like, bro, I need to get the fuck out of the raid. I need to leave. You know what I mean? I need to get out right now. And it's exciting. And then you die. And you're like, fuck this, dude. This is fucking stupid. I hate it. And then guess what? Next raid you go and you just fucking line up a shot. One tap a dude. Loot his pocket. He's got a fucking red key card on him. You're like, holy shit. You loot his key card and you get out of the fucking raid. It's a two-way street. We've all played scav mode and found some really hot-ass loot. And then immediately it was like, oh, fuck, we got to get out now. This is a really good item. I want to leave. And that's exciting. And a lot of people will just say, well, Klean, it'll increase extract camping. Man, extract camping is already an issue just because the game allows you to do so, because most maps only have fucking one extract. And so, of course, motherfuckers are just going to wait there because, without a doubt, somebody's definitely going to show up and extract there. So that you know if you wait there, you will have some loot to fucking potentially get by doing nothing. You understand? So, just because I don't like things about the game doesn't mean I'm going to hate on people for doing that. I'm not saying don't hatchet run. I'm not saying don't do those things. Use the shit out of it. AD strafe, like you should be. Hatchet run, shove things up your asshole, as you should be. If I find a rare key, lab card, that shit's going up my ass. I'm not going to not do it just because I don't like the feature. I just think it should be changed and nobody should be able to do that. That's what I think. And guess what, chat? You want to know what being able to put items in the container would do? Reward PvP even more. It would make PvP even more exciting and more fucking eventful, because you could find rare items on people that they wouldn't normally able to, you know, or they would normally just put in their container right away. You kill a dude, he has a fucking LEDX on him. You kill a guy, he's got a red key card on him. You kill a dude, he's got bitcoins on him. Because you killed him and you won that engagement. Anything that spawns in a raid and is found in raid should stay in the raid until something extracts with it. It should always be lootable until somebody leaves the fucking raid with the item. Flat out. And that would literally do so much good for the game. It would make the game so much more exciting. It would completely get rid of the hatchet runners and shit. People would, you know, be more encouraged to bring in gear. And I've been saying this for years, man, and people fucking shit on me for saying this and having this opinion. Oh, Klean just hates casuals. Klean doesn't want people to do this. Klean just wants to make the game better for him and blah, 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 blah. Man, that's not true. I want this game to be a more fair, even playing field for everybody, high and low level. And the game will eventually start pushing itself in that direction with a lot of new features that come in. Would that make the sick case loosest or too high risk? No, not at all, man. You fucking want to have every fucking reserve key? Bring in a sick case. There you go. You know what I mean? Like I said, my container is full. I use this to, you know, the only thing I think that should be able to go in containers is a dog tag. I think if you have a dog tag case or dog tags, you should be able to put those in the container. That's the only thing I think that should still be able to go in there. You done fucked up. Do you think they should semi-reward casual players to the XP game similar to how WoW has a skill bonus mechanic? So this is kind of my take. I personally think scav mode should be more available for the casual player base. I would love to see scav mode refined in a way where your overall stash worth that doesn't include containers or like barter goods and stuff. Well, it just, I mean, just, I guess you could simplify it. Your overall stash worth should reflect your scav mode timer. So if somebody, like, and also your survival rate too. I think your survival rate should also play into how much you can scav. So if you have like a sub, say, 30% survival rate, your scav cooldown should be only a couple minutes. You should be able to scav more often, so that way you can kind of throw yourself in the game without depleting every item in your stash. If I could literally take, like, tell my PMC to go fuck off and, like, go hug a nut for a day and be like, hey, PMC, can't play it for 6 hours, but that meant I had 0 scav cooldown timer. I would literally scav all day if I could. No, just scav and scav and scav and scav. However, if something like that was the thing, I don't think scav should spawn with R700 M61s. I think there should be like a nerf to scav loadouts across the board. So like no lab cards, no rare keys, no fouls with M80, no like SV98s with scopes, no R700s and VSSs and shit. Like remove those from the loadout pools entirely, but let people scav more. Like a good scav gun should be just like an AK-74 with like PS rounds, or an AKM, or like a Vepr Hunter with FMJ rounds or something like that, right? Or a Mosin would be like a good scav gun. But I think the scav mode should be much more readily available, so the people who are more casual can kind of just hop in as their scav, hopefully get some loot, and progress just a little bit. They're not leveling their PMC, they're not doing quests, but they're getting some gear. And I also enjoy fighting player scavs as PvP. A lot of people don't like it, but I enjoy it because it's not sweaty PMCs all the time, and they always have random gear. And the most armor that they'll generally have will be like level 4. And what that kind of creates is it basically makes it to where a lot of the PvP engagements that you would see in a raid wouldn't be just like ultra sweaty chads. It would be just like more varied scavs with a variety of gear. And so that would basically make a guy who's like level, like say 1 to 20, any gear that he can buy from level 2 traders would still be very viable against player scavs, because, you know, that would be a good amount of PvP that you would see in a raid. And I think, you know, good barter goods and stuff like that should still spawn on scavs for sure. But in general, like, you know, if a container nerf did come in, because people do rely on that to make money, and I don't blame them, because the game allows you to do so. It's been that way for a long time. I think the game would be more exciting and the risk reward factor being increased if they did remove the ability for items to go in the container, but on top of that, allowing the scav to become more available, basing the timer either like off stash worth or the PMC's survival rate or something like that, in order just to allow people to kind of throw themselves in the game more as the scav. And even if they die, they don't get punished that much. I know a lot of you guys will, but Klean, you know, scavs don't risk anything. They have nothing to lose, and they do all that crazy stuff. That's what I think makes scavs exciting, because you can play them and you can make that hard push on a player and try and learn the game and try and win that engagement and set little small goals for yourself in order to get better at the game. And if you lose, fuck it, whatever. But then you go and you make a good push as your scav with a shitty gun, you kill some PMCs, you learned something. You've gotten better at the game now because you're overcoming more geared players with under gear. And that alone is the skill gap in the game, in my opinion. Killing players with gear that isn't as effective that they're wearing. I would much rather kill a dude. I get so much more enjoyment after killing a VSS guy using like an MP5 or an MP9 or a bolt gun or like a shotgun. Man, I would go in factory with flechette rounds. I've been doing this past couple weeks, and I would just go in with a pump shotty and just fucking face tap fucking geared VSS dudes in factory. I can't tell you how good that feels, just getting a clean one tap with a shotgun against some fucking geared mega chad. Bro, it feels amazing. But allowing players to do that on their scav more increases their enjoyment, because they're actually able to learn and make mistakes without being like severely punished to the point where they have to do a hatchet run. You know what I mean? So those are some things I think that would massively improve the game and enjoyment for like everybody.